So I've heard people wanting to know why I do this. And the answer is pretty much simple. I do this for a couple of reasons, and I can name some of them. I am from a country called Liberia. For those of you who don't know me, and I've been to a place where I've lack, a place of lack. I've been there. I know what it means to not have, and I know what it means to be able to afford. And I know what it means to be able to be very comfortable. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I have arrived. No, and that's why I say I want you to join me on my journey because I want you and I to do it together. I don't want to get there alone because I want to take you with me and we all can arrive together and we can celebrate together. And I think it's most important to me that I do this because, like I said, I'm going to give you some reasons. One, we have to address the elephants in the room because we just don't have one. We have a couple of them. And I chose to share my journey to inspire somebody, that young woman, that elderly woman who just needs somebody to tell her she can do this or needs to see somebody doing this and know that, yeah, I've done this before or I have this skill in me and I can do it. I can use it because it took somebody to inspire me to get on my own journey. So that's one reason why I do this. And I also do it to encourage us Africans to create a safe space where we can be able, especially for us women, to sit and discuss issues that affect us. Because this is something that we really don't talk about. Be it marital issues, personal issues, just relationship issues, finances, our family lives. And while I'm no expert in these areas, I know I've gone through a lot in life. And if you know me, you will know that life has prepared me to be able to talk about this. And so I want you to join me because I do not want to do this alone. I cannot do it alone. I need you to join me. Let's talk about our issues. Let's find ways to handle them. But I think we need to go back to basics. We need to go back to learning how we can maintain our identity as African women. We need to maintain our identity because we're losing it. We are. Our generation, we're losing it. And the ones to come after us, I don't even know if they're going to have anything that's going to be left to identify themselves as the people they are. And so for a lot of these reasons, I feel that it's compelling on us to begin to do this, to create these spaces, these safe spaces where people can sit and feel free to talk about issues affecting us as a people. We have one major issue, our financial issues as Africans. We need to talk about it. And that includes me because, believe me, I messed up and I'm still messing up financially. And that's why I need somebody who knows how to do this, to get on board with me and help somebody figure this out. Because I need this. And a lot of us need it. African families, we need it. We need to talk about financial issues, our marital issues. We need to discuss it. Let's stop sweeping these things on the carpets because they're not helping us. We keep sweeping them on the carpet. We keep pretending like everything is okay. We keep wearing smiles on our faces. Our health issues, our mental health issues. We keep pretending like, I know we're taught to be strong people. I've been in America, fortunate to be in America, as they say, for 8 years now. And for about half of those 8 years, I've worked with people who have mental health challenges. I've worked with people who have had everything and lost it and become homeless. And why it was a crazy job, it was such a rewarding job for me because it made me to learn to find a silver lining in every situation. It made me to reach a point of appreciation for everything. I take nothing for granted anymore in my life. Nothing. I see nothing as a defeat because I've seen people who have lost everything and they still wear smiles. They still go around while we open doors for them to come in, and we have to control them. There are rules they have to live by, and there are things they can do there and things they cannot do there, and yet they wear a smile when it's morning. I mean, I'm not a morning person because, like I say, I work with homeless people, so I used to sleep in the morning and work all night. So I'm not a morning person. And so I know what it means to wake up in the morning, how challenging it can be when you don't want to wake up. But I saw these people do it every morning, not at their own time or not because they had anywhere to go, but because it's time for them to get out of a building. And so I've learned to appreciate everything. And I want us as Africans to reach this point where we appreciate even the gifts that God has given to us. We appreciate the places that God has placed us. That we appreciate the people that He has brought into our lives because it's by no mistake. And so if people wonder why I do this, this is why I do this. This is my why. And on my road to 200 subscribers, it's nothing. The number may sound so small compared to other channels who do what I do. But I am grateful that each and every one of you, almost 200 of you, took up the time to hit that subscribe button. Excuse me. And I'm also grateful to every one of you, over 1,000 viewers, regular viewers, who always stop by to check up whatever I have to post, whether it's just showing you how to do something or to just say random stuff like I'm saying today. I appreciate you. And like I said, I didn't expect this to be my journey. I did not. I didn't want it. No. Because if you know me, I've never been a person who want to stand before the camera or like to take pictures or anything. I've always been the person on the other side. And maybe some of you might know that I have a career in journalism. And so I did newspaper writing since I dislike being on camera. But for some reason, 2020, I found myself for some strange reason, teaching people how to make face masks when the coronavirus started. I started showing people how to make the simplest face masks with just whatever you have around, especially African fabric, which of course we all have back home. And I think that was pretty much one of my first videos. Yeah, somewhere around there, I think so. And so I didn't expect this to be my journey. I did not think I would be doing this, but since I started it, it was a bit challenging for me because I had a job, going to work at night, coming home in the morning. I got kids to take care of, and I won't sleep. I have to stay awake and go back to work again. So it was kind of challenging for me to continue posting videos or even recording videos because it was tough. I just needed a break. I'm passionate about finances. I'm passionate about creating multiple streams of income because I've come from a place of lack. I've come from a place where I've had nothing. And so it's important to me to not just depend on one paycheck. And I know a lot of these things we were never taught, whether it be in school or from our families, we were just never taught how to take care of our money, how to spend our money rightly, because most of us, even our parents, didn't know how to spend their money. I mean, they work all their lives, and that's all we knew. And so we just pick it up as Africans. We just work. We work so hard. We work our lives out of us. Yes, we do. We work our lives out of ourselves. And we die leaving nothing to our children. And they have to continue. It's just a circle. And I think it's about time that we start to break this circle. And the only way we can break them is if we start talking about them. If we start talking about these things that affect us as a people. If we stop pretending like everything is just okay and we're just these strong people and we're just destined to be poor, because obviously we're not. We are not. God has blessed us a whole lot. Our continent is so blessed. Our countries individually are so blessed that there are things we can do to benefit each of us. But we don't know how because we were never taught how to. And so we always just sit by and watch other people come from their countries and they use our resources to benefit themselves and they misuse us. And this is about time that we start to change that situation. It's about time that we start to teach ourselves and teach our kids how we can use what we have, how we can use what we have to accumulate wealth for our children, for our children's children. Because believe me, we work too hard. So why can't we see what we're working on? So instead of just watching the video, I want you to join me. Let's talk about this. Let's work on it, because on this channel, I don't just talk about it. I show you how I'm doing it. I don't just tell you how to, because I believe in learning by doing. So I show you how to. I don't just tell you how to. And so I want you to join me. Let's do it together. Let's work on it together. Begin to focus on those things that are important to us. Those things that are going to uplift our society, our countries, our children. I want us to talk about it. Let's talk about it. While we're crafting, we can talk about this. We can learn. And if you want to consider this the modern Sunday bush, you can do that if you want to. Because I'm not just going to sit here and talk to you. I'm going to continue to craft. And I notice a lot of people are not interested in the crafting aspect. A lot of people are not interested in creating anything. There's a lot of channels out there where people just sit and have a conversation and just maybe talk about somebody's life and what's happening today, who and who were fighting in the home today. And we appreciate listening to those things. And don't get me wrong, I love my leisure time. I love me some leisure time. But I do that when I'm done working. When I'm done with serious matter, then I take up some time and watch some crazy videos or listen to some crazy stuff. Because we all need that. But if that is what you want, I'll incorporate the conversation into the crafting since that's what you want. Let's incorporate the conversation into the crafting. We can have a conversation and we can still learn something. We can learn more than just what somebody is or what they're doing in their home or how they dress or wanting to know what they buy, where they buy it. Because believe me, those are not my kind of conversations. I've crossed that stage. I've passed that. I had my own time when I did all that. And I've realized that it was taking me nowhere. It was doing me no good. And so it was time to switch the course. And so I switched. And I'm proud that I switched. I'm proud that I switched. And like I said, I didn't know this was going to be my joining. I did not have the simplest idea that I would want to share what I do for a living or anything with anybody because that's so not me. I've never been that person to put my life out there. But if it's going to help somebody, even if it's just one person that's going to be inspired by this, I feel obligated to do it because I just think it's the right thing. Instead of hiding how we do it or how we become who we are, it's better to help others so they can be able to figure out what they want to be or how they can go about it. And so that's why I do what I do. Comment down below. Let me know what kind of videos you want, what kind of topics you want us to talk about while we craft. Believe me, we're going to stay be crafting. So while we craft, what you want us to talk about, how you want us to do this, or what you want us to craft. And I'll be glad to respond to you. And if you want to email me, I'm going to leave my email down below. You can go ahead and do that. And we can start talking about this. If you want us to host lives and discuss this, we can do some lives and talk about it. So let's it's up to you. I've posted a challenge. So you let me know what you want and we can do this together.